right, guys, we're moving right along in our math for today. Today we're going to go over week 8's answers. We're going to start with day 1. Here we have some fractions with unlike denominators. So our whole numbers are going to stay the same. So I'm going to go ahead and rewrite those. I'm going to go to my biggest denominator in 12. If I skip count by 4, can I get 12? Let's see. 4, 8, 12. I can. So I'm going to change my denominator to 12, which means this number gets to stay the same. To get to 12, I had to multiply 4 by 3. So that means I have to multiply the top by the same thing. And 3 times 3 is 9. So here's my new problem. 6 and 9/12 minus 2 and 3/12. Well, I'm going to subtract the whole numbers first. 6 minus 2 is 4. Then I'm going to subtract my numerators. 9 minus 3 is 6. Denominators stay the same. All right, round 4 and 769 to the nearest hundredth. The 6 is in the hundredths place. So when I look next door, the 9 tells me to round up. Everything in front stays the same. The 6 is going to become a 7. I'm rounding up. And the 9 can become a 0, or you can leave it off. What kind of lines are shown? Well, these are perpendicular lines. I would also be okay with the word intersecting. Either of those would work, but specifically, these are perpendicular because intersecting lines can kind of intersect any which way. These are perpendicular because they're intersecting at a right angle. Write an expression for the calculation, double the number 6, and then subtract 36 divided by 12. So let's start in the beginning. Double the number 6. So that's 2 times 6. Then subtract. So that means that this is what I'm doing first. I'm going to put that in parentheses. I'm going to subtract 36 divided by 12. So 36 divided by 12 is going to be its own problem, so that needs to go in parentheses as well. And all it does is says write the expression, so I do not have to solve. All right, let's go on to day 2. Day 2, find the angle measure. I put an X through that one already because if you have a protractor at home, great. You may have figured out that it is 57 degrees. If you do not have a protractor at home, don't stress about that one. Let's call it an acute angle because it's smaller than 90 degrees, and we'll move on. Now we have 849 times 79. If I set that up in a standard algorithm and multiply, I'm going to find 9 times 9 is 81. Regroup. 9 times 4 is 36. Plus 8 more. 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. 4. Regroup my 4. 9 times 8 is 72, plus 4 more is 76. When I move on to my 7, I know my answer has to go in the hundreds place, the tens place. So my ones is going to get a 0, and then I'm going to multiply. When I add this together, I'm going to get 67,071. All right, the next one says make this statement true using less than, greater than, or equal to. So I'm going to compare the 6 to the 7. Whoa, well, look at that. Wait, there's something in the tens place here. There's nothing in the tens place here. Automatically, that number is bigger. So we say this as 6 and 789 thousandths is less than 67 and 89 hundredths. Same digits, shifted on that place value chart. Here is an expression. Let's see if we can figure out what is going on here. We are going to, okay, I see, well, these brackets, parentheses, all kinds of things. So let's start with the parentheses first. So I'm going to rewrite everything that comes before those parentheses, and then I'm going to work what's in there. 4 plus 6 is 10. Same thing down here. I'm going to rewrite the 4 times. When I say 24 minus 17, I get 7. Now I'm going to work what's inside of the brackets. 3 times 10 is 30 minus 8, plus 4 times 7 is 28. 30 minus 8 is 22, plus 28, 50. So 50 is my answer there. All right, day 3, another comparing 0 and 0 in the ones place, 7 and 7 in the tenths place, 2 and 0 in the hundredths place. We're going to put a greater than symbol. 72 hundredths is greater than 7 tenths. We are going to write 54 and 39 thousandths in word form. So we're going to focus on this part of the number first, everything on the left side of the decimal. That is the number 54. The decimal is the word and. Now I'm going to focus on everything on this side of the decimal. That's the number 39. And the 9 is in the thousandths place. So that's 54 and 39 thousandths. 6,780 divided by 10. The decimal's right here. So we're going to move it one time because there's 1 0. And so this is going to become 678. 3 hundredths is equal to how many ones? Well, 3 hundredths is this number. 3 in the hundredths place. So that is 300 ones. Day 4. 840 divided by 10 to the third power. Here's my little decimal. When I'm dividing, I'm going to the left 3 times because that's what this little exponent tells me. 1, 2, 3. So my new number is 840 thousandths or 84 hundredths. Either way. Draw a quadrilateral with exactly one right angle. So a quadrilateral, there's quad, that's my prefix. It's got 4 letters, so I know that a quadrilateral has 4 sides. Exactly one right angle. I'm going to go ahead and draw my right angle. And then I'm going to draw something that's not a right angle, so then I can have something that's not a right angle. Not a great shape, but it fits what it says I have to draw. All right, let's continue. Ava and Becca are collecting canned goods. Ava collected 3/4 of a box of canned goods. Becca collected 5 times as many as Ava. How many boxes did Becca collect? So we could say 3/4 plus 3/4 plus 3/4 plus 3/4 5 times if we wanted to, and then just add across the numerators. Denominator would stay 4. Or we can say 3/4 times 5. Now when we're multiplying by a whole number, that's actually over 1. So that my denominator, 4 times 1, stays the same. And 3 times 5 is 15. So she collected 15/4. They want to know how many boxes though. So yes, 15/4 would work, but 4 goes into 15 3 times with 3 left over. So she's actually collected 3 boxes and then 3/4 of a box. This would not go against you on the assessment. It would just be a bonus. Then we have 13 and 90 hundredths plus 4 and 23 hundredths. When we're adding, we have to line up that decimal. So if we have to add in some zeros, shift some numbers around, we can. And so then we're just going to add 0 plus 3 is 3, 9 plus 2. And we have 18 and 13 hundredths.